Hey, Shooter here. I just got in another mystery box from Budk, and I wanted to unbox it here on camera. The only thing I know that is definitely in this box is a hatchet that I had ordered. Now, I haven't actually seen it yet because, as you can see, it is sealed up still. I'm going to go ahead and open it right now. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I've had this since last night, or yesterday, and when I got home from work, I did not open it like I wanted to, really bad. So I am waiting, I waited for this. So you're seeing it as I'm seeing it. So let's see what we've got here in the box. Opening it up, packaging materials. Let's see, we've got, okay, so this is the one piece that I knew. Let's pull that out, and let's pull this out, and we'll put the box aside. The rest of the stuff in the box is the standard paperwork and booklets that you get. So this is the one thing I knew what it was. This is the Black Legion camping axe. I had ordered this specifically, and I knew that this was in there. Let's go ahead and have a look real quick, and then we'll move on to the mystery box, or bag, as it were in this case. Pretty decent, I guess. Let's see what the blade looks like. From what I understand, it's supposed to come pretty darn sharp, and it does. I'll go ahead and do a review on this separately, but it feels pretty good in the hand. We'll go ahead and do a review later on this one. Let me go ahead and cover the blade, and we'll put that aside. All right, let's get on to the fun. So let's see, there's quite a few things in here. I'm gonna put this to the side like this, and we'll go ahead and open the bag. And then we'll pull them out one at a time and have a look and see what they are. First thing we have, it looks like a fabric patch, M48. It does look like it's the standard patch that you would put on Velcro. Pretty cool. All right, we'll take that. What's this? It's a pocket watch. That's interesting. I've never had a pocket watch. How do you open this thing? It appears to have what looks like a jewel in the front. Nice Celtic knots or trisecta in there. That's kind of an interesting addition. Let's see, it looks like there's a piece here that's stopping it from opening. And then you push down and yep, it sure is. It's a pocket watch. Pretty interesting. I kind of like that. I've never had a pocket watch. I have kind of wanted one. I'll definitely check it out. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think my wife will like that too. So moving on, officially licensed product of the U.S. Army. It says Army Strong. I'm gonna guess that this is a knife, and I need a knife to open my knife. So let's see here. We'll open it like that. And pop that aside. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Oh, that opens pretty smooth too. It's got a half serrated blade. So it's a, feels kind of like aluminum. It has a pretty nice clip to it. Not too heavy, kind of heavy. It's green, it says U.S. Army on it. Flips out really easy. It's more than likely a assisted. In fact, it looks like it is. Simple lock open or slide lock, and it closes pretty easy. That's pretty cool. The only thing I don't seem to like about it right now is the serrations. I'm not a big fan of serrated blades, but pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty neat. I'll go ahead and put that back in the box here, and we'll put that aside. Then we got a Black Legion, probably another folding knife. Oh yeah. So it's a Black Legion, looks to be a folding knife. Let's see, it feels plastic. seems to be assisted open that isn't, it's kind of smooth, not too bad. It has a little bit of a bind. If you look, when it tries to open, it stops. Trying to give it a little more of a flick. There we go. And it does open. It has a biohazard markings on the blade. I think if I loosened up the screw here and maybe threw in a little bit of oil, maybe a little grease down in there, that might smooth it out a little bit. Definitely not as smooth as the Army knife, but kind of interesting. It's not a serrated blade. It's got an odd shape to it. It's pretty sharp. Unlike the last knives that I got, these blades don't seem to have the burrs on them, but I'll have to inspect them a little bit closer. The last knives I got the blades were a little, they had quite some burrs on them, and the edge wasn't really straight. So I've been trying to straighten them out. By this time you should have already been able to check out the Bowie review and the attempt at using it as a survival knife. That kind of gave a lot of information about how the blade was, and it was kind of a difficult knife to, it's a difficult knife to sharpen. The cat skinner was very similar. So we're at the last piece. It's quite a hefty box. I think I've seen one of these before on somebody else's review. It's called the Ridge Runner. It's a Quality Knives and Tools. It does look kind of familiar. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out of the box. It's a case of some sort. Pull that out. Let's see. Go ahead and unstrap it. It's pretty interesting. Got some toggles there. And let's see what we got. Oh yeah. So this is a skinning set. I have seen these before. Let's have a look at the individual knives. You have a small skinner, which really isn't that sharp. It's kind of sharp, I guess. It does come with a sharpening stone. It looks like it's all ceramic. Let's see if this helps. This table isn't very sturdy. It did help, surprisingly. That actually did do some work on the blade. Good. So that's kind of interesting. So that would be a small skinning knife. Let's see, we have another skinning knife. This is, I believe they call these capers. And it has a gut hook in it. Feels pretty good in the hand. It's a rubberized handle. Pretty sturdy. The handle does have a little bit of a bend and give here, but I think that's probably so you get a really good hold of it. I imagine that would work pretty well. I haven't really gone hunting in a very long time, so the aspect of owning a hunting or a skinning set, well, not 100% something I need, but I'm planning on doing hunting again, so going hunting again. This one wasn't very sharp. Let's see how it works on this blade. Well, that's not very smooth. I need a better table for this, I think. Now, the sharpener looks like it's losing some of its ceramic, but it does seem to be working. Very good handle on these. I'm gonna guess, I'm not even sure what that's used for. I've never had an extensive set like this, so this is kind of interesting. Let's see, what's the next knife? Let's see what this is. This, I'm gonna guess is, yep, it's a bone saw. So you got your bone saw. It looks like blade's riveted in. It's got a little flex to it. I imagine it doesn't have to be used for skinning. If you were using this for a camping set, this could definitely be used to cut wood. I've got a folding blade that would that looks very similar to this. I'll bet you this would cut wood pretty easy too. So you have a saw of use. Now, once again, it more than likely is a skinning set, but it could be used for other. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this is another skinning type blade with the serrations at the bottom. Once again, not a fan of serrations, especially in a skinning set. But I imagine this would do well against some thick hide, especially if your hide is really, really thick that you're trying to cut through. You know, you could use a serration. It does have the gut hook again, so interesting, very interesting. And then, last one over here is a little hatchet. Alright, so let's check out the hatchet. Now, it looks like, yeah, it does look like it. The casing doesn't really hold the hatchet very well. You can see that the stitching is all broken here. I imagine that can be fixed. It's an interesting little hatchet. It's actually heavier. Oh no, it's a little lighter, but it feels kind of heavy. I imagine this is actually, if it were being used for the, ooh, yeah, that's sharp. If it's going to be used for the skinning, this would be used for cutting through bone or smashing bone. You have a piece back here. I also imagine that if you were in a camping situation and you had some game, you could use the backing here to tenderize the meat if you're going to cook it. This could be used for chopping wood or chopping meat. It is a really sharp blade. So there is multiple uses for many of these items. Some of them are pretty much what they are. I mean, you've got your caping knife, I believe they call that. You have a small paring knife you could use for cooking. This one could be used for filleting and cooking. This one itself, more than likely skinning and cooking. Wood or bone saw. Small hatchet for processing wood or tenderizing meat with the hammer in the back. Maybe even tent pegs. Let's see, what do we have? So, I mean, just because it's a skinning set doesn't mean it has to be used. This feels like nylon cord, not paracord. I believe it is. Yeah, so that's just standard nylon cord. I imagine for stringing up your game, or it could be used for anything. You've got some rubber or nylon gloves for processing meat, and then some trail tags, it looks like, for marking your way. So it's an interesting set. I would say this is more of a camping set. Neat. I like these little boxes from Budk because you just never know what you're getting in them. I mean, we've gotten a skinning set. We have a Black Legion folding knife. We have a Army Strong or Army folding knife, which this one I actually kind of like. And then a pocket watch, and then you've got a patch. Very interesting. What do you think? Would you try to, if you order one, let me know what you get. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video. I'll be glad to hear from any comments you have. I do try to reply to everyone that I get. Thanks again.